Oxycodone in general begins to work within 30 to 60 minutes and lasts for about 4 to 6 hours. So this is a long-lasting thing.
Yeah, but this you swallow. If you get an intravenous injection, it works after 1 second.
Wow.
Get the injection, you're high.
But it lasts for many hours.
Yeah. That's why people love heroin who take it, because you feel like shit. You take the injection, you feel great. I mean, it's in your system for quite a while. Like, you can go into the meeting quite comfortably.
Into the meeting. Yeah, okay.
I mean, there's the briefing. It starts at 1. Morell comes, and you can see this in the notes. Like, I have to be at the Führer in his bedroom at 12. And then, you chat a bit, and then Hitler rolls up his uniform sleeve, and then he gets the injection maybe at 12:30. Then the high comes on, and then it's very stable. Like, you feel great. This is a pure product from the Merck company. This is not some heroin from the street. And Morell knows exactly what dosage you want right now, so you feel at the top of your game. You don't feel, you're not intoxicated. I mean, you are, but it makes you clear,
So the mind is clear.
The mind's totally clear. Your body feels fantastic. You know exactly your points. You know exactly how because the others are just mortals, because they're sober. They just sit there and they haven't slept very well, or they have problems with them, and you're way above them.
What do we know about general psychological effects of it? So does it boost your confidence? Does it boost aggressiveness? What effect did it have on his vision of the world?
It makes you feel extremely confident. You have a lot of energy, but it's not too much. Like, let's say you take cocaine or methamphetamine, you're like, that's why Hitler was never a meth guy. That's also why I think this video is fake. He didn't take meth. I mean, I studied Morell's, the things he gave them. He gave a lot of things, and only twice was meth. So that's not a lot for Hitler, like twice.
I read that the multivitamin had some amphetamine and maybe meth, a little bit, or no?
Vitamultin.
Multine.
I mean, Vitamultin is interesting because it was a little bar of a sweet that was lying next to his food. So he would just eat, and then at the end he would take this. It was nice tasting. It had some sugar in it. And I read through all of the ingredients of it. There were different types, and there's never methamphetamine in it.
Oh, there isn't? Okay.
No, there was an SS doctor, Schenk, and he claimed that Morell made special Vitamultin in his lab with meth in it. But I think he just made that up.
Okay.
There was never any proof of that.
I mean, that's a really important line to draw. The army, the Nazi army at scale, not everybody, but some fraction, especially during the French campaign, used meth.
Right.
And then there's Hitler, which used a lot of drugs, but meth was not one of them, really.
No, meth for him was just for the foot soldiers, Yeah. I mean, he didn't even talk about meth. This is nothing that concerned him, This is something that makes you function. Maybe he signed, I mean, it went over his desk, the stimulant decree, but I don't know if he really read it or understood it. I mean, he probably knew pervitin because everyone knew it. And maybe, they discussed it, but they would probably also not. I mean, there's a point when there's a conflict about methamphetamine in the army. This is when the Secretary of Health of the German government, the Nazi government, Conti, he starts writing to the army and he says, you must stop this. This is against Nazi ideology. But the army basically doesn't listen to him and keeps on using meth all the way to the end. So maybe that guy, Conti, maybe he discussed this with Hitler, but also Hitler never, if Hitler would have said, we stopped the methamphetamine, it probably would have stopped. But Conti saying that wasn't enough. I don't think Hitler was really into meth. It was not his thing. He was more into the opioids, into these weird hormonal things. Like, those things were, especially the opioids, were interesting to him because you can function on opioids for a long time if you have a proper product and a doctor that gives you the injections. I mean, Goering was addicted to morphine from 1923 until when the Americans captured him in 1945. That's 22 years he was functioning on morphine. And when they captured him, I write about it in Blitzed, like the amount of morphine capsules he had on him. So what the Americans did was first to take away all the morphine from him, and then he went through withdrawal in American, incarceration, and he lost, a lot of pounds, and he became like more of a haggard Goering, which was then in Nuremberg, this haggard kind of guy defending what he did. And so Hitler was really an opioid guy, while the army was really methed up. That's how you could sum it up briefly.